So we just pulled up here to the trailhead for Helton Falls, which I've been to many a times. We used to visit this place a lot when we come up here as a kid. And I want to show you this little hill behind us here where my grandpa got bet $100 one time that he couldn't climb this thing. So we were over here one time looking at these waterfalls, and my dad bet his dad $100 that he couldn't climb this thing right here. And we all had our doubts. He somehow or another got up there. He was give out by the time he got up there, and he had a hard time getting down. Ended up having to just run down over there. It was quite comical. We used to have it on VHS somewhere, but I don't know what happened to that tape. But every time we come here, I always remember how much we laughed about him trying to climb that mountain right there.
Y'all, we got a sleepy baby.
Somebody fell asleep on the way over here.
It's 10:30. Tata, come here. Come here, baby. Uh-oh. Hey. Uh-oh. You ready?
Hey, sleepyhead.
Oh, dear.
We were floating down the river in your red canoe. You were laughing at my story.
I see a waterfall.
What do you see? What is it?
A waterfall.
A waterfall?
Yeah.
A big one?
I think there's red-bellied piranhas inside there.
You were lovely, yeah, you were fun. And there was no one else I wanted to see. There was nothing else I wanted to do. There was nowhere else I wanted to be than floating down that stream with you.
Gotta have some good coffee on a morning like this. You gotta have a lot of it. A little small cup won't do. I like these big ones like this. Alright, our bacon's done. Nice and crispy. Check this out. Brooklyn made it easy for me with the pancakes this morning. Put it in this little mason jar. Got a little pop top on it there, so I can just pour them out real easy. Don't make a big mess. That first pancake's always a tester. Make sure your heat, oils, everything's all right. Then we can cook a bunch at a time, but always want to do that one tester before we go all the way in, pouring up a bunch of pancakes. I got a little bit of batter left here, but I believe that's all I'm gonna cook. 13, 14 little pancakes is a gracious plenty for just us four, so a little extra there goes to waste. Not a big deal. Do like this jar idea a lot. Definitely gonna do this in the future. Makes it way easier to pour up the pancakes, mix your batter all in one container.
All right, hi guys. Here we are again. I wanted to do a little video on some of my favorite camping gear. As y'all probably have heard in other videos, Travis grew up camping, has always been camping. I, on the other hand, never went camping when I was little. I think the first time I went camping was when Travis and I first started dating. So I was not quite sure what all we would need. And what Travis thinks we need and what I think we need are two totally different things. So I've sort of come up with my own list. I have shopped on some forums, looked on some different Facebook groups, read a whole bunch of things, Pinterest boards, on and on. But I've added to that list and taken away some things and wanted to show y'all a few things that we love and really help our camping experience. So the first thing is this electric water heater, okay? It doesn't seem like you would really need it or it'd be a big deal, but let me tell you why. This thing boils water in 2 to 3 minutes. Now, if you're dry camping, this is not going to be something you'd be able to take with you because you won't have electricity. But if you're somewhere like we are that almost always has electricity, then you plug this into the outside or the inside, whatever you need, and it boils water. Now, why do you think you need boiling water? One, it's good for helping wash dishes, but you can use it to make macaroni and cheese for the kids, like the little instant ones, oatmeal. I just made mashed potatoes with it. But the number one reason I use it is for our coffee maker. I've never used a French press before. I have a Keurig or a Coffee Mate, and a lot of people said, just take a Coffee Mate. I didn't know how that would work. I didn't know if these outlets would work or not. And I knew I could always boil water even if I don't have that with something else. So I got this cheap little French press at IKEA actually. And I didn't want to spend a whole lot of money because I didn't know exactly how much we would be using it. This was definitely worth the $5. So if you've never used a French press before, you pour the coffee in, the bottom dry, then you put your hot water, and then you put this on top and you let it steep for about 4 or 5 minutes, press it down, coffee, voila. But the thing I learned, and if you have children, you know you need to reheat your coffee a ton because you never get to sit in quiet and drink it. Not if you have one of these handy little dandy cups. This is the Yeti brand. Of course, any other brand would work. We like these best because they tend to hold the temperature better. This is the perfect size. Holds almost 2 cups of coffee, all your cream, everything you need. So invest in one of these that you can keep in your camper. That is the #1 tip I can give you, is you almost need a double of everything to keep in your camper. The less you are having to pack and take with you on every trip, the better. The less likely you are to forget it. It's just so much easier when you're not having to tick one more thing off your list. So another great thing that I started using, I don't know if y'all can see these. These are mason jar lids. All right, we have tons of mason jars. These lids, this would be great. We bring this for pancakes. Put your pancake batter in here, shake it. We've had a really hard time when we go to the grocery store finding the already pancake mix in the little container where you shake it, so we've been having to bring the box. Well, then you have to have a mixing bowl and all the extra stuff. This is easier. Same thing for eggs. Put your eggs in here, shake it, protein drink, whatever you need. These little things are just so handy. I'll link these below, but I love having these for anything. I've also, when we leave from home, I like to bring almond milk or other types of milk that are in cartons that get soggy in the ice. So I put them in these and then put them in the cooler. They stay colder and the container doesn't get all soggy. Next thing, tablecloths. You know you love them and they're easy and they just make your campsite so festive. These are from Walmart. These are only $3.94. They come in different sizes. I usually buy 3 at a time. So I have black and white ones that I bought too. But I like having multiple in the campsite, so if one gets burnt, say from the black stone that you didn't know was melting your tablecloth, you always have extras. So this is something so handy to have. Dollar Tree finds. This was my favorite thing. I love going through Dollar Tree and just adding up on stuff. These little boxes are $1 in Dollar Tree. They are so handy to keep outside when you're grilling, to keep all your plates and cups and everything in one little container. They're also great if you have another one you can put all your spices and cooking things in, so you're not having to run back and forth inside the camper and grab everything one at a time. So these are so handy. Just stack up on a few of these. Now this little thing my mom got for us actually probably 4 Christmases ago. At first when she got them I was like, oh, that's neat. But they are so handy when you're camping. It goes flat like this, and then watch. Side table. This is perfect for down by the campfire, something to put your drink on, to eat on if you have multiple people here, and you need a little extra table. This is great for the kids to color. So we really like having these. We have probably 4 of them, and we always bring 2 or 3 each time we go camping. I'm gonna walk you around the campsite too and show a few things that are not as movable. All right, so I'm sure you've seen Travis talk about these before, but this is a must-have. This is actually a fish cleaning table, but we use it to wash all our dishes, brush our teeth, wash our face, on and on. You just put a bucket underneath here. Any kind of bucket will do. We really like using these tubs called flexi tubs. I think that's the name of them. I'm not positive. I'll double check the name of them. But they're more flexible and they're easier to pack and they're not so firm. So whenever you're trying to stack a whole bunch of stuff in the back of the truck, you have some room. So that's a great little addition. And once your water gets full, you just take it to the gray water dump site and you're able to pour it all off. So it's so handy. Here's another little thing that we could not live without. It's a step stool that goes flat like this. So not only is we use it every time we put our awning up, but we also use it for the kids to brush their teeth. And then you just step on it. It holds up to 300 pounds stepping on it. So that's great. So the next thing that really helps with cooking is crock pots. We originally bought this little size. This has been great to put, we put black eyed peas in it today. but we have 2 of those. But you can actually put a lot of chili in there, enough to feed 4 to 6 people. And then we went ahead and bought this bigger size so we could cook roast and all the fixings. So these are just so nice to have, because especially if you have children and you know how hard it is to cook at home with children, triple that if you're cooking on a campsite. So this kind of stuff, fix it in the morning, leave it all day, and then it's ready at night.
Hey, Bubby. The other thing that's good about the crock pots is like we cooked lunch here earlier, and we're probably going to turn around and eat these leftovers for supper tonight.
Yeah.
And so the crock pot, you don't have to worry about reheating it. You can just put it on warm or low, and it just kind of stay good there. And we don't have to worry about reheating it or anything.
That's right. I agree with that. Okay, so whenever we first got this, we did not really know how much you could actually pack in here. And as we've gone on, we've learned more and more that you can pack in here. You need to utilize every single little space in order to not have to haul so much from your house and keep as much in your camper as possible. So one thing, we always pack extra stuff in here. Fan, this has extra hoses in it, things like that. Anything that may possibly leak, I always put it in a Ziploc bag, because the last thing you want to do is have water in here and have it shut down. It'll get mold everywhere. And I always put my damp dry inside of here as well. So it will, since there's a little bitty opening, it can pull any moisture from the rest of the pop-up into this. Next thing, we utilize every walkway. So this is our little bitty vacuum that we always take with us. We don't use this fridge, so I cleaned it out. I'm going to put the vacuum inside of this fridge. Alright, so the next thing I want to show y'all is where we keep all of our pillows. Underneath each one of these benches is storage. So all the throw pillows, all the pillows for the bed are in here. And any pillows that won't fit, they're going to slide in right underneath here. You just have to make sure that there's always a clear way for this right here to come over, and it's not going to hit any interference. So the first thing I do is get everything ready to where I'm not going to have to touch these bunks again. So before I start filling this space up, I'm going to go ahead and drop these bunks down, leave that here, because you can't crawl over it really well once you have this whole space filled. So I'm going to drop these bunks, and then I'll show you how I fill the space in. So some people leave the comforters on. We have not had good luck with that. It means it makes it so it can't shut. And that's just way more aggravating to figure that out after you've already shut it down. So I just find it better just to go ahead and fold all this up and leave it in the walkway. So because this stuff is soft, it's okay if it's pushing over just a little bit. I'm about to put my table right there. That's what slides on that. I always leave an extra blanket out because I like this paint job. And I don't want things to scratch it up too much. So this is just a cheap IKEA blanket. I lay it over my cushions right here first. This cushion will lay on top of this one in just a second once I get that table in here. And then I'm going to slide my table here, and then I'm going to fill this walkway up with everything else before I let this down. This is almost the last thing I do, because once you let this down, you can't get in this space anymore. This TV, we actually found that it fits right here okay, and I put the comforter around it and a few other things next to it so that it doesn't jobble up and down. I'm going to walk it right there, cover my TV up and sort of lay it at an angle. But I don't lay anything on top of that because I don't want it to break. But if you had other pillows or other lightweight things, they could go right on top of that. Wouldn't be a big deal. Okay, this is the worst part of everything. I think they make these tables out of lead. I don't know. So it has a track, which is a little bit tricky to find. So I find the track and I slide it on there. Okay, good, that's on the track. Fold this back over, lay this cushion down in front of it. Now, you see, it can clear. That's going to be fine. I'm going to fill the rest of this walkway with some of our other stuff and chairs. And you probably can't see it, but there's even more room under that table still. So if you had extra stuff, you shove it underneath there. I usually like to put this rug in here so this black stone doesn't rip up the floor. Alright. Slide that in there. Okay, so the next thing I always do is I go ahead and pull this down first. Remember, before you stack it, make sure these are out, because last time I accidentally left these in here and then it was a pain to put them over there. You want to make sure this is down because a lot of stuff in your floorway won't fit until this comes down. So I hold both my cabinets. I go down with it. Oopsie, I got a little pointy dink. There we go. Alright, so now that that's down, I can slide and put even more right there. Remember, you can't get anything out that's in here unless you pop it back up. So don't put anything in here that you want to get out when you get home. Okay, so here is everything we have in here. We have the radio, the Blackstone, 2 chairs. This is full of camper stuff. TV, comforter. There's another camper box underneath there that I ended up adding. And I normally am able to fit these 2 things right here in the walkway, but this is our dirty clothes hamper. So we're gonna leave that here instead. I put the curtains I laid on the bed, that little bitty table lays right there. And we have pretty much everything in here except our food box and our tables and our rugs. Now there is more room right here. I could put those rugs in here if I wanted, but they're dirty. And there's more room right there that we could put stuff.
Oh, there's nothing, no way, no one. Yeah, there's nothing, no way, no one that I'd rather be with than you, my love. 'Cause there's no one else.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Pop-Up Life. We did something we've never done today.
What?
We're leaving about a half day early. Here it is, Saturday afternoon, about 4 o'clock, and we had this place booked for another night. We're going ahead and getting out of town today. There's a good chance it's going to rain tomorrow.
Right.
I'm not sure we could get packed up before the rains came. And so we figured it was a good time. We just took our time today, let the boys play, went around to Blairsville a little bit, just took our time getting things packed up.
Right.
And now we're gonna drive home at night. We also figured traffic was gonna be better right now driving home Saturday night than
Right, so Sunday.
on Sunday when there's a lot of people going home after traveling for Thanksgiving. So
It also gives us a cushion day between starting work and Abram starting school. We wouldn't normally do that, but we've been here since Wednesday. So I feel like it's been so relaxing. We've sort of gotten in everything we wanted to do. And all tomorrow would be packing up all day anyway. It's not like it would really be fun or time to do anything. So we would be stressed about trying to beat the rain. So we highly recommend this leaving later in the day though. I saw a few people doing it. You know, you can see what people's tag, it says on their
yeah, a lot of people had the same leave date as us,
Right.
but they were
leaving a day early.
So yeah, I mean, we can't get our money back from the extra night we already booked, but it's
worth
really
it.
not too bad of a deal.
No.
You know, if we were closer to home, we probably wouldn't do it. But being 5 hours away
Right.
and considering the traffic we might deal with tomorrow, I think it was a wise decision. And we had plenty of time here
Yep.
to enjoy all that we could enjoy.
I agree.
So let's get to the review part of Vogel State Park.
Okay.
Like I said, I had been here quite a few times, never camped here. And I can't remember how many, this is our 6th time or so taking the pop-up somewhere.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Anyway, so this is up in the North Georgia mountains. Great to come this time of year when it's cool. I also think this would be a good one to come to when it was warmer as well.
Yes.
Lots of good shade here, especially when you're up on one of those higher campsites like we were. You're gonna get some nice elevation, a little cooler up there.
And there's a creek that runs through almost the entire state park,
Right.
which is wonderful. I mean, that's great for kids to play in.
Yeah, there's a beach here on this lake. If the water was warm enough, you could go play in that.
Right.
Creeks everywhere you could go play in. I liked how, and this is the case with most state parks, but I like how the campsites are somewhat spread out. They're not just stacked in one after the other, so you've got your own privacy. You've got your own room. Really nice and shaded. We talked about it in the previous video. Big campsites, nice fire pit. We experimented a little bit with cooking over the fire. We feel like we're kind of dipping our toes into that a little bit more.
I think that you always need to have a backup plan for what your children are gonna eat. So we always pack some chicken noodle soup and ravioli just in case we get in a crunch like we did with the pizza, where I cooked it way too long. But if I would have tried it again today, I would have nailed it. I'm telling you, I know what to do now, so I think we got this pizza thing figured out. Yesterday was a little bit of a fail. We are slowly learning, but always have a backup plan if you have little ones, because we all know what a hangry toddler's like, and it's crazy.
And the little rig where you lower and raise the rack on these particular fire pits was a lot nicer than the other ones. A lot easier to lower it and kind of manage your heat a little bit better. So we're getting good at it. We had actually planned, if we were going to stay the night, we were going to do like a pot roast, a beef stew in a Dutch oven. We had borrowed Dad's Dutch oven. We were going to do that tonight before we decided to pack up and go ahead and go home.
Right.
See what else? Roomy campsites, nice campsites.
Let's talk about the bathrooms.
Bathrooms. This
These
was
are
the
different.
first time
These are
I've
different.
seen this.
Yep.
So family bathrooms, nice big spacious bathrooms.
What he means by that is that it's 4 individual bathroom combo shower. So it's just a large square and there's 4 different doors on the outside. It's not like one big door you walk in, there's 4 or 5 stalls inside. So each area has its own bathroom, toilet, shower, sink, and like a little sitting area. So it's great for children when you need more space. You don't have to worry about them ripping open the shower curtain and, you know, talking to everyone else while you're in there. So that was great for that. The water pressure was a little low.
Yeah, where ours was, which was the highest one.
Oh, you think that's why? That's smart.
Maybe. So I don't know. The water pressure was a little lower there. I showered at one that was around the corner, and water pressure was a little better there. But they had, shoot, there's probably 5 or 6 of them scattered around the campground. And some of them, I think that maybe they all had 4. Some of them maybe had a little bit more than 4. The disadvantage was there's not as many bathrooms as you would have if you had a bunch of stalls.
Right.
But the space inside of being able to take a small child in there, shower, and have room to do all that, not worry about them running out naked somewhere, it worked really well.
The other little neat thing is they had a lower spigot for children. So there was like a high one for adults, and then
a little shower head.
A little shower head, and then you could turn it, and so it could shower small children.
Yeah.
So I like that. But the other camps that we've been into had a handheld one. You know, so I guess that's the difference. Now, not all the bathrooms were like this. We went over to a bigger area of the campground, and they had a traditional. But these bathrooms are all new and renovated. Like, you can tell that they are newer. And
very clean.
Yeah, they smelled like bleach every single day. So somebody was in there cleaning.
Very clean.
Felt good about that.
And instead of most campgrounds which have like 1, maybe 2 campground hosts.
Oh my gosh, I had like 7.
Yeah, this one has like 7 hosts, and they do an awesome job at keeping this place nice and clean, keeping the bathrooms clean, keeping the campsites clean. You could see them running around all day. They were working hard, and we definitely appreciate it. And you can see their hard work pays off around here.
So can we talk about the one downfall?
Sure.
So the only downfall I would say about this park is that it's a little wet and it doesn't dry out so great because there are so many trees. So when it has rained some, like in the playground, it's all pretty soggy and muddy. Now it's not a big deal, you can just sort of skip over it. But good thing is these campgrounds have gravel and not just dirt, so that helps a lot with the drainage.
And it keeps you from getting your camper too messy.
Right. But
even with the rugs, if it's a dirt
gosh,
floor,
you just can't keep the sand out, dirt out,
tough.
things like that. Yeah, so the gravel does help a lot. So that's the only things. I would bring some rain boots, or always bring some shoes that can get dirty for your children.
It did dry out pretty good today. That was another reason we wanted to leave. Everything, got a little shower last night, but everything dried out, and we're like, this is perfect because we won't have to open the pop-up back up when we get home. We put everything in there, everything's ready. Excuse me, for the next time
ready to go.
We go. So good bathrooms, good camping sites, good space, good room, lots to do here. We didn't even really do anything on the lake, but we could have. Got a couple different playgrounds, nice playgrounds. Putt. The kids enjoyed playing putt.
2 courses.
There's even, beside the playground, I thought this was neat, I'd never seen like a permanent cornhole setup. You just have to bring your own bean bags.
And that thing where you throw the rope.
Ladder golf.
Okay.
So if you have your own little ladder golf, I don't know what you call the string, the 2 golf balls. But anyway, that was kind of cool to see.
Wait, the other good thing is the cottages.
Yes, cabins. They have really nice cabins here. I haven't
good
been
amount.
inside of them, but they look nice from the outside. So if you've got family that's not camping that wants to join you, or friends
Right.
that are not big on camping but want to come here,
They have
really
1
good
bedroom, 2
cottages.
bedroom, 3 bedroom.
Now, from what I understand, those things fill up pretty quick, and
Very
they're hard
quick.
to come by.
Yes.
Even harder than the campsites. So,
I think the campsites are hard to come by too. I think you need to, we booked this, what, 4 months in advance?
yeah, so you definitely want to plan ahead to come here.
And every site was full.
But plan ahead, and if you got somebody that needs a cottage, they have those here, and those are really nice. They're not far from the campground at all. No, that's another good thing. Even though this place is huge, you can really walk
You really can.
everywhere.
I mean, me and the
because
boys.
a lot of it's just elevation change.
Right.
It's like from where we were, we could see a bunch of campers and stuff below us. So it's big and spread out, but you can walk everywhere. It wasn't a bad walk at all, even though we were on the far side of the campground. A bad walk up here to the office to get
Yeah. Me and the boys have
anything
done
we
it.
needed to get.
Yeah, multiple times.
So this was probably one of our favorites so far.
Abram too. He said he loved it and he was ready to come back.
Yeah, so we'll definitely have to do this one again. I like coming here this time of year. Even if we'd have came a little earlier when the leaves were changing, like when we went to Black Rock, probably it would still been good. So our highest rating we've given so far, I think, was a 9.5 we gave to hard labor,
Yeah.
which we really like. Do we like this better than hard labor? About the same? Maybe a hair less? What do you think?
I say about the same.
Like the same?
I like it a little bit more because of the accessibility of the trails to our campsite. Now, if we would have been on the other side of hard labor, I think I would have really liked that part too. We didn't have to drive to the playground at hard labor, so that's the thing that's bumping it up to a 9.6 for me.
9.6,
Yeah.
I would agree with that. So we give Vogel a 9.6. Highly recommend, plan in advance, get up here, come see this place. It's awesome. And we think you will enjoy it as much as we did. And we hope you enjoyed all the videos from this particular camping trip. And if you did enjoy this one, give us a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, ring that bell so you get notified every time we come out with a new video. We will see you guys on the next camping trip.
Bye!